All right. Welcome to episode 13 of the Seemingly Unknown podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're still here. You're still here. Wow. What's wrong with all of us?
13 episodes?
13 episodes, dude. Right?
How many months is that?
We started right before Valentine's Day, I think, like a couple weeks before.
That's at least 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We've been.
Time flies when you're talking bullshit.
Yeah. Time flies when you're talking about nothing and everything all at the same time. I was driving on my way back home today. I ran out and did some Mother's Day stuff. Got my mom some. There's this place here called Denstall's. It's kind of like Kilwin's, John, that me and you always go to. Homemade like chocolate and stuff, but they do these world famous like chocolate covered strawberries. Ooh. And it's my mom's favorite, so I went and got my mom some of those today, and I haven't given it to her yet. And I just got like a little freaked out. Then I realized that this doesn't air till Wednesday. What if I give it to her Thursday though?
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Happy Mother's Day! Shout out to all your mamas out there.
We're all here, so thank you for our dads just unloading inside of you. We really appreciate that.
I love that dudes just be posting their moms all willy nilly, and sometimes they have fine moms.
Dangerous,
like, bro. Instagram's dangerous for that.
What's crazy is that we always joke about like the cards and holidays and stuff like that. But I find it so fascinating that there's one day where everyone posts a picture of their mother and wife, and I get it. But where are these same nice posts the day after Thanksgiving? Oh, where you guys weren't in a fight in front of your family? Like where are these? Where's the love for the wife year round?
They don't want. I show love for my wife year round. My wife. Here's the thing: my wife does not like me posting her on social media. So she is like she's like opposite of like a band guy wife. Like she doesn't. All of her stuff's private. She doesn't want anybody following her.
She doesn't want people. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, she's just private, man. She doesn't want anything to do with any of this, which is great. So anyway, I got my mom the chocolates. Speaking of moms, on the way home there, I was driving by and I saw. It was like we were leaving like the shopping center.
Dollar General, yep.
Duh. We were leaving the Dollar General where I got those chocolate covered strawberries. And there was a pregnant lady sitting there with her other two kids just ripping cigarettes. And I was like, I literally wanted to, if the kids weren't in the way and there wasn't a baby, I wanted to run over her with my car. I wanted to murder her in the worst way, and just I'm like, what are you doing, you shit human garbage monster, creature.
God. What if the cigarettes are therapy cigarettes though?
Oh, like therapy dogs.
Stop
That's
it.
Fair.
Yes.
What if they're just
not fair. That's not a real thing.
What if it's
like your granny? Like, yeah, that's fair. No,
she was actually just they do this thing called retro. It's vaping's been so big. They do this thing called retro vaping now, where
What's that?
I was making something up to be stupid.
I was like, no, they don't. I've not heard about this.
They brought back vinyl and cassettes. Now they're just bringing back real cigarettes.
I'm not into it.
Like it's been gone.
Yeah, like it's been gone.
Is it? Aren't they trying to cancel menthols? Isn't that been in the news lately?
This is cancel culture. I can support this. Smoking's disgusting.
I think they're trying to push menthol out of the industry.
I think they should just cancel all people who smoke cigarettes. At this point, it's like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, well, vaping's bad for you too." Like, motherfucker, it's not as bad for you. I guarantee you. I'm sure there's natural ways to smoke like tobacco that are like way healthier. But like, no.
See, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a habit. It's the habit thing." I'm like, well, I mean. It's a habit thing. Like, are prostitutions having the same thing? Like, what are you doing to help them get off the dick,
Therapy prostitution.
Therapy prostitution.
Oh, okay. There you go. Makes sense.
Listen. I think prostitution should be legal. But like, what is that? What is that? How is it? Like, I think anything that doesn't affect someone else. You know what I mean? Like if it's your body, you're doing whatever, like do whatever. I don't care what you do. Like the fact that like prostitution is illegal is like the dumb. Anyway, I wanted to run over this lady. That's not
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day
to
Happy Mother's Day to every mother except for that fucking lady.
You mentioned the Killwins. Remember that? Okay, so to go back to I think episode 1 or 2 where we talk about the crawfish where you destroyed that guy's jacket or whatever.
It was a shrimp.
This was also
shrimp, but okay.
This was the same night we walked literally what felt like 10 hours looking for that Killwins milkshake before we had the crawfish or the shrimp. But we get into the Killwins. We literally walked through a cheer squad. Like they're doing these chants. It was the most ridiculous stuff.
It's like a bachelorette party or something, wasn't it?
Good God, man.
We walked 9 miles that day.
Right.
It's a good day. We a lot of day off walking. I went to the zoo the other day. This is the first thing I had to bring up. I don't know if you guys have this near you, but I don't live out there anymore where my old house was. It got annexed right when I bought it, but it was originally in a place called Germantown, which is like Germantown's actually German it means rich white people.
Yeah.
And I don't speak German, so that makes sense.
Where they actively burn books still.
Yeah, 100%, and bras too. A lot of Germantown moms, and I'm sure this happens everywhere. I'm just speaking locally on this front. Dude, moms who put their kids in like gingham and like smocks. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know sailor smocks.
Clothes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, it looks like a full size diaper with like a collar on it. Like they look like pilgrim clothes.
Let me get, and this is something that rich people do?
Dude, it is the worst. Hell? It is the worst fashion thing I've ever. We were at the zoo the other day, and there were 2 little boys, and I'm like, "What are you doing to these little boys?" They had it looked like it was like a one piece. By the way, the kid wasn't 8 months old. He was like 4.
He was 14.
Yeah, he was 14, and he had this one piece on, and it looked really weird. Right. And he was still nursing. It was crazy. No, I'll have to send you guys pictures. I'll send Justin pictures, but it's like a smock, dude. It's the worst fashion.
What were the parents wearing? Describe the parents.
The parents look normal. I'm like,
you look like a normal.
What do you mean normal? Like they're wearing UGG boots with
dude, they were like when
golf shorts or what?
So when I was growing up, my cousins on my dad's side, I had these 3 girl cousins, and they were Pentecostal, and they wore the same denim skirts. You know what I mean? Ankle long denim skirts, and they always went to the bathroom together, and it always freaked me out. And so this is not like a religious thing. Like you're supposed to, like, this is just there's a person who thinks that is a good look. Dude, it looks, hold on. I gotta.
I'm the right guy though. I can't deny it.
You're such an idiot. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Fucking jean jorts and a
damn it.
Hulk Hogan feather boa.
John, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, this weekend, obviously with Mother's Day, we got a bunch of flowers for the garden, so I actually helped her plant some stuff. And
cute.
What did I do Friday night? Last night I had a bonfire. I burned a bunch of leaves, sticks, and shit that fell through the winter. So I had a bonfire by myself. I didn't even bring my phone out. I just sat out there and just contemplated. I had
contemplated jumping in.
I had a cider.
Contemplated. I wonder what he was saying. I contemplated.
I
contemplated soaking myself in gasoline and reenacting the scene in Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, where I'm on that pyre. But no, it's just actually a cool, relaxing day. And then this whole week before, gearing up for Smith Myers and all the promoters and seats opening up and venues getting bigger. So it's really cool how everything the last year and a half is really starting to kind of open up, and here we are.
I'm also getting ready for Smith & Myers. If you can't tell by this mess behind me, I just texted you guys a picture of like almost kind of the exact outfit I was talking about, by the way. I'll send it to JR too, and he can put it.
Oh God.
Why would you put any child, girl
Ollie?
or boy?
Is that Ollie?
Yeah, that's Ollie.
All right, hold on.
That kid looks like the kid from Problem Child, dude.
This looks like a rich white person thing to do.
100%.
This is a rich white person. Especially, I feel in the South.
Dude, not even middle class. No, bro. I bet up where John lives.
That's true.
This is like Concord, like the
like Nantucket area. Oh my God, dude! I bet every kid looks like that. And then they wonder like why their kid grows up and hates them and like does drugs.
Right, like this. That's that child was probably conceived in Gettysburg or like the battlefield. Where
bro,
it's like,
that's why your kid doesn't like you, man.
Their college fund is already there.
Right, he is a Puritan, perfect for a sacrifice. Loves oatmeal. Yeah.
Dude.
So to go back to what Paul said, I actually Friday night, Netflix has a new documentary out for Summer of Sam, where it talks about the
I want to watch that.
Amazing,
the Sons of Sam.
Yes, I believe so. Paul Giamatti narrates it, but the footage and stuff, and it got me thinking. Like, obviously, we talk about serial killers, both fictional and non-fictional, but like I always find these serial killers are always stab, kill, rape, the basic. Like, where are the serial killers out there that kill someone and then like eat a salad on top of them, or clip the victim's toenails off and like pull them in like a pentagram, or like where's that lesbian duo where after they kill a victim they literally sit on top of the body watching 1990 Royal Rumble movie videos? How come it's always the generic stab, shoot, blow up? Like, where's the creativity? So my question to you guys, where are you?
Thank God there's a question here.
I was getting worried.
If you were a serial killer, what would be your MO? Hypothetically, what would be your MO?
Like the people how we kill them, or the people we pick to kill.
No, like when you kill someone, you have to do something crazy at the crime scene where you have Paul and I looking to solve this crime based on everything you do, whether it's you whatever you do.
Okay, well, I only have the urge to kill people in my car, so that's really the only time it comes. So what I would do is here's the thing. Here's a side note to this. And you know what? Here's another.
John, you amaze me every week.
There's actually two side notes to this. The first side note is last week I was going, man, I talk too much on this podcast. I need to let Paul and John talk more. And then John started talking, and I was like, that's why I kind of leaned back. I was like, yeah, dude, let John talk a little bit. And then he started talking, and I went, fuck,
this is a horrible idea.
Don't let him talk. Why do we let him talk?
It's the worst when you give me that space.
And Paul, me and you just have to talk all the time, because if you open the door. He wants to know how you're going to kill people. So side note. So I always had this vision when I was a kid, not when I was a kid, but when I was like an early teenager, right? I always wanted to have just enough money to be able to buy like 15 just garbage cars, no license plates. And then when I'm driving them, when people just do dumb stuff, like cut you off or do something stupid or go first at a four, you just ram, like literally you just hit them in your car. This is a true story. I've thought about this my entire life. You just got 12 junk cars in there and you just ruin their car and you just walk away.
You're fucked up, man.
You just walk away. I am.
Yeah, I love that. He just told you you're fucked up.
So
Zach
anyway,
literally just admitted to buying 15 cars that actually act as caskets for his victims.
I didn't say I was going to hurt them. I was just going to mess their cars up and walk away. So, okay, here's my answer to this, because the only time I feel like murdering people is in traffic. What I would do is I would put them in the, why am I talking about this? He makes me a bad person.
I'm going to throw my phone so the FBI doesn't come knocking on my goddamn door in a minute.
I would put them in the trunk of their car, and then I would take one of those crappy like Crown Vics from like the 80s that I bought, and I would just smash into the trunk as many times as I could.
The news story next week is Paul reads the news. Man murders 8 people in the back of a Tahoe.
Wow. Yeah.
Remember when we were just talking about getting a certain guest on here that said, yeah, I don't mind doing the podcast if it's a legitimate podcast.
Yep. Not going to happen.
He would have a great response.
I just admitted I would murder people on this podcast if I was.
Or what you would do after you murdered somebody.
Yeah,
hypothetically, if I was a serial killer.
So we know how you would murder somebody. I think my MO after, I would do something. No, I would do something super weird. So that's fucking racist because I'm Mexican, but okay. I would do something so out of the ordinary that people would be like, what? Like, I would like jerk off on the cold pizza in the fridge, and they'd be like, why did he jerk off on the pizza? Like, what was his motive? Like, no motive. Just had to, squirrel had to bust a nut, right?
Well, it's like, because if you've watched this documentary, it's just so fascinating. We all know like this guy's story and the history, but the detectives are now saying like there could have been another killer, and they're going down these rabbit holes looking at different stuff.
So what would you do though?
Hold on. There's 2 of you now.
This is his fault. I blame this on John.
You just said bust a nut on a cold pizza.
Right.
It's like, because then it would leave the,
we
the
don't say
wondering.
Those things. That's not something that you and I say.
But that's something that would leave the cops wondering, like, oh man, what was he doing? Like, was this actually him, or was he just jerking off?
Okay, but here's
on pizza?
the problem. Here's the problem. Why did you go to that first? Of course, there's a million things you could do to make them wonder why he did that.
I don't know, because that's just something that I think cops would be like, why did he do this?
He only ripped the women out of the pictures in all the house. There's something you could wonder why they did it.
Weird.
He left the water on.
Paul is the deep dish cum dumpster. That's his new MO.
I'm the Mexican Terminator, and I'm the deep dish cum dumpster.
That is. I know what John was going for here. John, listen to me. Look at me in the eyes. That's not the name of this episode.
What?
That is not the name of this episode.
No, I wasn't even thinking about that.
So, John, what would you do?
I do think there has to be something weird. Not sexual. I for whatever reason, I would if I was a cop and I walked into a crime scene. I've been working this case for years, and I walk into the crime scene and I'm like, okay, there's the body in the bedroom. And I'm like, what was on TV? And the guy's like, Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, but it's the same episode. And I'd walk, and as a detective, I'd be like, God damn, it's the same guy again. It's the same guy again. It's the same episode. It's the guy. So something weird like that, where it's kind of just fucks with the detectives.
I love that you bring DVDs of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman to all your murders, because I
think it'd be hilarious. The same episode though, too. The same bullshit. Like, I think it'd be hilarious.
And just like not even a good episode.
No, like one where it's just like a lot of horseback riding and like no drama, just crap. I think it'd be great. Or if you kill enough people, watch the whole series.
This wasn't. None of this was on my list of things.
Hell yeah, John. Hell yeah.
We're never gonna get First, we were worried about ever getting sponsors on here, which that ship has sailed.
Now we're realizing we can't even get goddamn guests.
Now we just realized we can't get guests.
Credible to who?
Yeah,
define credible.
We were talking about getting one of our friends on here who has a very big name in the industry that he's in, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we can."
Porn.
He's like, "We can do." Yeah, I was trying to think of a male porn. Johnny Sins. We're trying to get Johnny Sins on here. Dr. Johnny Sins.
Mexican Paler.
Yeah. And we realized that he goes, yeah, if it's like a credible podcast. And then we were just like, oh, should we just tell him no thanks? Like,
we all just text each other. We're like, define credible. Like,
we need to know what credible means here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows if that's going to be a thing. All right. Well, speaking of, you know what, I did have this written down, and this is a good segue because we were talking about murder, not suicide, but murder. The Kurt Cobain FBI files got released in the last couple days. Nothing crazy. I did check them out. I read all of them. Nothing crazy. Just 10 pages of credible people saying, like, this is granted the credible people saying this 20 years ago, but saying, hey, look into this. Like, this wasn't a suicide. Like, one of them was a private detective who had been a police officer for a long time, I believe. I don't want to get the nerds onto me for lying about that. But I think this person was a police officer. He basically said, like, there's no way with the amount of heroin that he injected in his body that he could there's a lot of things about, like, could he have reached the shotgun? It was a full size shotgun.
Full size shotgun. He would have had. I remember I watched a documentary.
He was shorter than me,
ago.
I think, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But and so I think so. I don't think he was very big.
He was about your size, maybe.
Yeah, probably 5'8", 5'9". But they were saying, the dose of heroin he took, there was no way he could have worked it. So, like, it was just interesting. I think it was an interesting time. Like, the alien stuff comes out that we all knew about this entire time, but everyone thought we were stupid and they denied it. And then all this Kurt Cobain stuff is kind of weird. It was weird that it comes out now. So I wanted to get you guys' take on it, like what you thought, like, and not just fodder of like, oh, I watched a documentary. Like, listen, here, I'll give my take last. I want to get you guys' take on it.
Well, I do remember you and I did that late night Uber ride to check out the house on the park bench. Like, I thought that was really cool. And I thought the history of that, and I know all the songs, but I don't, for me, the music.
You're not a historian of Kurt Cobain.
No, but I some of the songs hit me different times, and when I hear a certain song, it reminds me of a time I was with my friends or something like that. But I didn't look at it as my life is affected by his death or whatever. I've always thought it's super weird. I could understand why there would be a cover up or he was murdered. I could see all the sides of it. I just don't know enough about the story enough where what did Courtney do and who knew, like, and even when you watch interviews and stuff with like Foo Fighters guy, Dave, you get the sense that he knows something, but he's not talking about a lot of stuff, right? And I think that for me, that's kind of what the intrigue is, because it's like, why are we hiding what this was? Why can't this just get released and solved and told, hey, this is what really happened?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, John and I went to the house.
Oh shit!
Well, they tore down the greenhouse, like the original greenhouse where it was. But John and I were in Seattle one night. We walked to this playground. I actually have video of John at the playground.
You two fucking creeps walking to a playground in the middle of the night.
It was this like huge thing. It was next to the museum.
Museum of Art Installation.
Pop or
yes,
something like
Pop.
that.
Yeah,
Mbop. It was next to the Mbop Museum.
We were right by the Hanson Wax Museum.
It was right by the museum there. It has all the Seattle music history and all that stuff. And there's a huge cool playground out back. But then we were like, you know what? Let's take an Uber. We took an Uber to the house, which would look creepy enough because it's in like a normal, just rich neighborhood now. And there's still a bench outside where a lot of people have taken pictures and stuff. So we went to that bench. But anyway, Paul, what's your take on?
So based on everything I've heard, everything I've read, documentaries I've watched, I find it very. I mean, he seemed like he was a good dad. Courtney Love seems batshit crazy, and everything I saw pointed in her direction. The evidence that they had found when he, committed suicide or when they found him dead, it wasn't lining up to anything they said. Was, oh yeah, he just committed suicide. They tried to close that case. I want to say they closed that case immediately, like within 24 hours. They're like, oh yeah, he committed suicide, and that was the end of it. Like they didn't even like try and like. It
was certainly a quick. Listen, I think pre-Dateline Unsolved Mysteries kind of thing. You walk into a scene like that. Guy has the needle in his arm, laying on the ground, shotgun. Case
but it's
closed.
not just any guy. This is fucking Kurt Cobain at his peak of grunge and Nirvana. So like it should be like, well, we're gonna have to investigate this for a while. But I want to say it was within a couple of days. They're like, yeah, it was suicide. Like we're just gonna roll it out.
I think it wasn't even a couple of days. I agree. I think that's lazy cop work. I think that they, it definitely should have been looked at the time while the scene was still fresh, while, there was still, I think there's a lot of motive all the way around. I will say this, man, like the guy was a troubled guy. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And you never see, it's easy to say like, oh yeah, I saw this coming. But, I've had two disastrous suicides in my life. One was my cousin. When I was like 14, my cousin Justin Lewis, who I have, that's what everybody always asks about my Nintendo tattoo. That's truly what it is. It's I got it for him. Like I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, but like most of them are like playing Nintendo with my cousin. So in the Paperboy newspaper, I have his initials right there.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was one, and then my first PRS rep, Grover. Duvall, who was, so like, and like neither of those people I saw, you know what I mean? Like literally something with the happiest person in the world. So like, you don't want to jump and go, oh, somebody else did this, but just because your emotions of maybe the person you think did it but I think this guy was truly troubled. I think that, listen, I think anybody can commit suicide at any time and everyone's going to go, I never saw that coming. I truly like everybody.
Right. Look at Robin Williams. Look at people like that. I never saw that coming.
No one does, and that's the thing. Right. It's like and I found a lot too, man. And this is probably gonna rattle some cages, but this is just. I hate that you got a fucking caveat all this bullshit now. Well, you go, oh well, I'm not just saying from my point. Listen, people are so fucking soft, man. It makes me fucking mad. Gripes. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, keep that shit in there. I don't give a fuck. what I found with people in my own life, people who talk about it and say they're going to do it, never do it. Ever. I've never had one, and I've known a lot of people who committed suicide, and I've known a lot of people who said, yeah, I'm going to kill myself, and they've never done it. And the people who do are the ones, what I'm saying is like, you just don't see it coming, man. Like that's why they say like, check on people, man. Like check on the people who seem okay. You know what I mean? Because it's, to me, like the ones that always act like they're going to do it and say they're going to do it are never the ones that do it, man. Like, and that's my personal experience, and this is how I feel inside. I identify as a person who has had this happen in my life. Fucking nerds. Yeah. So that's just me, man. Like, sorry, I'm on one today. Yeah, that's just my personal experience, but I don't know. I don't know either way. I thought the FBI releasing that right now felt a little interesting.
I say open the case up and
100%. What do you have to lose? I mean, I guess they,
I wonder.
We always say that, but like, that stuff costs money, to like open up a case.
Cases get all that information gets released after a certain time period passed. So I wonder if it was an anniversary or something. How many years ago did he die? Because the only thing I literally remember,
94.
This was back. I remember when Kurt Lauder from was it Loader
on MTV?
When he did the thing. That's what I vaguely remember about the whole thing. Because I was like, holy shit, like this is real.
Dude, I was living. Speaking of that, I was living at my cousin's house. My cousin Justin. That's whose house I was living at with my aunt. My mom and stepdad had separated for a minute. And I was living with them, and I was, I remember I was wearing a Nirvana shirt the day that I found out.
Oh, wow.
I'm sensing a pattern here with you, Zach, and celebrities and stuff. I don't know if I...
I don't want to be anywhere around you if you're the cause of,
So
conspiracy theories.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
Tom Petty, Prince.
No, I had nothing to do with Tom Petty.
Yeah.
The Prince thing we already discussed. I'll tell you another one though. I was at the here we go. I was at the Hard Rock Cafe a long time ago in Memphis with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, a buddy of mine, blues guitar player, and his singer Noah Hunt. And there was I remember it was after Michael Hutchence died, and I was super bummed about that.
Hell yeah! Yep.
But for some reason, I said Michael.
That was suicide too.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I had said to Noah, because there was an NXS video, Hard Rock plays music videos. There was an NXS video in the background, and I said, oh man, it said Michael Hedges died. I was just like, it was a Freudian slip. And Noah was like, oh, I'm friends with him. Really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I thought I'd said Hutchins, I guess. And then like literally days later, Michael Hedges died. I was like, oh my God, I got to stop doing this. That was my first priest?
One. No, you're a voodoo
Zach
priest.
is the culprit of a lot of these.
No, I'm really not.
No, what's crazy? I mean, I was going to bring this up later. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, though, which
shout out.
is very important, obviously. Touching base on what you said, Zach, is I recently lost somebody this last week to committed suicide that played in a band that I was in a lot younger. I've lost a lot of people to suicide. So, yeah, it's crucial. Check in on people that you might not even think are going through it. Just, hey, what's going on? Just thinking about you. Just want to say hi, see what's up, see what's new. And everybody handles life differently. So I think it's pretty important to do at least every once in a while.
Yeah, I think that Brent and I have, and the whole band really, but the AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. John's been there with us. We've marched. We try to do that every year. It's something that we take. Yeah, we try to take that very seriously. I got involved because of the people who had committed suicide in my life. So it's like I know I was griping about people who take everything the wrong way, but I truly don't want it to come off as insensitive. I'm speaking from personal experience. Everyone in my life who's ever been like, I had ex-girlfriends whenever we broke up, so they were going to do it. It's just never. Everyone who ever talked about it, it was more like a cry for help, but it wasn't ever like they were gonna, and all the people who I know who have committed suicide, it was an utter shock because they were like the last people you'd pick. You put 50 people in a lineup, those are the last people you're picking, So it's like, just check on people, man. It's very important. Mental health is, it's something that we always took for granted for years and years till people actually started talking about it. And, it's such an important thing for me, man. Since I have had kids, my time alone in hotel rooms is really bad for me. Like not, no, not in a dark way. I don't want to, listen, I literally just say to kids, but like, I always tell my people, like, you don't have to worry about me in that. I have a personal vendetta against suicide, so no, I'm not gonna, that'll rub some softies the wrong way. I'm not gonna
not to change the subject, but is that Michael Myers about to stab a woman on your windowsill? What is that?
Oh, that is.
I see what you're talking about.
That is a doll of Michael Myers, a stand-up. I think it's an 18-inch figure, and he's actually standing next to one of Scott Weiland's megaphones.
Oh, damn! Yeah. Jesus, another God, man.
Yeah, we're just wow, we went down a dark path today. Anyway, what I was saying is just check on people, man, and mental health for me, like on days off now, like I really miss my kids. I always tell people like, I quit the music industry every single day off at midnight, when I'm at home.
So you quit, you miss your kids. So you spend time with me and John and Kent and we act like a bunch of children ourselves.
Yeah. You guys act like children. So
you know what's crazy? Because I printed off a bunch of dreams and there was no life advice this week, but my actual life advice was exactly what Zach just brought up. What I was going to ask. We're all in it today, folks.
Let's go.
Touch his big old sack.
There was no life advice. A couple of good dreams. Again, guys, keep sending stuff into suplifeadvice@gmail.com. We love seeing that stuff. But so this week, we need to have a life advice. My actual question for you guys was, now I've seen you both. I've worked with both of you or alongside you and for you and whatever. And I don't have kids, so I guess my life advice for someone that has kids or issues going on at home, when you go to work, how do you shake off issues at home? Like, how do you walk to the stage, Zach, knowing that your son's sick or misses you crying? Because I've seen that. Or, Paul, you got to do this huge stadium show, and your daughter misses you, and you got to count in God knows how much shit in some fucking Alamo Dome. So how do you guys kind of deal with that type of stress at home, but still have to do your job? Like, how would you advise someone to go through that?
Go ahead, Zach.
I was about to tell you the same thing. I know that. I mean, you guys know, you've been around. My kids are very proud of what I do. Like they really relish in Dad-I Rock, as they call it. And they really, so like it sucks, man. But what helps me? I know that those other three guys that I've been in a band with for almost 20 years are all going through the same sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
And I can, you know what I mean? It's, it's almost like alternate energy, you know what I mean? Where somebody takes something and turns it into something else. You take, because gas wasn't good enough. We needed to take corn and turn it into gas. It's alternative energy for me, right? Like I'll take that and being mad that I'm not home when my kid's sick, or it's tough, man. Me and my wife don't really argue a lot or fight a lot. It happens once or twice a year, and it's about nothing. Like it's literally about somebody's just had a bad day and it turns into that. But we don't, me and my wife get along swimmingly, which is, I'm very blessed to have. But like, when something's wrong at home or like, stuff's going wrong and she's frustrated because she's got to deal with two kids and I'm gone and, there's we have
snakes in the pool. Yep.
Snakes in the pool. My kids take care of that now. But listen, man, there's 3 properties. So it's like the pipe burst of the Wisconsin house. It's like all these little things. And my wife, we don't have an assistant. I have Matt, which is amazing and helps so much with everything. But like, I don't have like a dude that just like is an all around guy that like takes care of all that stuff. We do it all ourselves. I pay my own bills. So like. But what I was getting at was I kind of take that and go, all right, I know these other guys in this band are going through the same thing. I'm going to turn that into positivity. I'm going to go out there and give the best show I can get because I have energy that I need to rage right now, and I need to break something, and I need to, I have a temper, man. It's not good, and I work on it every day of my life.
Let's talk about that. I have seen his temper, folks, and it's like a Molotov cocktail you smash on the ground. Yet somehow it just It doesn't. It just gets hotter and hotter. It's pretty amazing. But then you cool down, which is the weird part. I don't know how something can burn. You burn really hot, and then you cool real quick.
I'm very apologetic if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, man, like I'm gonna admit it. Like I'll go up, and it's oh man, I feel so bad for my new guitar tech, dude. So like, I think he's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be fine. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that makes one of us that thinks it's gonna be good.
I just I don't know, man.
2 kids.
I don't what the no,
vision now.
My temper, I have a bad temper, man, and I do better with it, you know what I mean? Like I try to get better around my kids and all that stuff and do good. And which, speaking of kids, one just came in the room. I try to do really well. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, making his debut. You're not getting into any private schools after this, buddy.
No.
No, I try to calm my temper down, and I really do, man. Like we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like I really take stock now as I get older and trying to like fix myself and like really kind of concentrating on it. So
let's put him on blast. Ask him who his favorite parent is.
Who's your favorite parent? No, I'll tell you about this when he leaves. Who's better, mom or dada?
Both of you.
Good boy.
He is the king.
He's got something on his nose.
He probably
does. Is that brown?
He's the king of inclusiveness, man. Like he's like
that's like my daughter.
What did he make for his mother for Mother's Day?
Card. So we got her a card.
What did you make?
I got my card.
And we got her some flowers when she came home. I had her Starbucks order. When she came home from church, I had her Starbucks order.
Wait, Ollie didn't make her coffee?
Ollie actually made the order because he knew exactly what she wanted. Yeah, 3 splashes of cream, the machine and everything. Sugar cane from Malaysian Hills, 2 inches of froth.
2 inches of froth, yeah.
Hey, go find your mommy a snake.
No.
Why not?
Go find your brother. Is he fighting Skeletor?
No.
He-Man.
Where is your brother? Right. Love you.
Where are you going?
I gotta finish doing this.
Where are you going, Zach?
I'm not going. He's like, I'm staying here. I'm staying here.
I'm staying here. Where are you going?
Where are you going? All right.
Ollie breaks down the stock market for the next 25 minutes. We're just like, what?
All right. So yeah, I take that and turn it into alternative energy. I realize that the guys I'm in a band with are going through the same sort of thing, and I cool myself down, and I have fun with it. I can turn it, but yeah, it's hard, man. Days off are hard, for me.
There couldn't have not been any better timing for him to come in and hang out with you for a minute. That was
chill
perfect.
Me out.
Yeah.
Paul, what about you?
Man, for me,
because your job's a lot more frustrating than mine.
Yes. Incredibly. Yeah, no, my job is very frustrating. For me, it's I have to look at it like, all right, when I get home, I'm going to make it that much more worth it when I am home. I'm going to make that time so much more valuable. It's just me time to spend with my kid. And I don't take it for granted whatsoever because, man, there's sometimes where I'm gone 5 months at a time, like before I get to come home for a week or whatever the case may be. So when I'm home, I just make it a point to enjoy every second of the day that I have to spend with my kids. So, but when I'm out there, you have to have on days of work, you have to have some kind of not disconnect, but like you have to be able to put personal and work like there, but you have to know how to prioritize which one's at the right time kind of thing.
You both brought up the day off stuff. And I guess I never realized because we take it for granted. Oh, day off in a random city, nice hotel, warm water, bed. But I think we all just got to take advantage. Oh, we'll go to the movies. We'll go to the ball. Zach will talk us out of not going to Texas Roadhouse and then make fun of us for even deciding to go there. But we'll have a great meal. Worst. But these little things where it's like going to the arcade and stuff, you don't know what that is actually doing for that person's mental health. When you all get together, it actually outside the scope of what you're there for. But when you all go to the arcade, like I remember some of these days off where it's like us three, Aaron's there, Barry's like Stub, like we're all doing this arcade or like whatever we do. I guess those days of like release are so vital to actually help you do what you normally do when you're out there.
Oh yeah.
They really are. They're kind of lifelines, you know what I mean? Like, because in the span of a day, I mean, John knows the four of us are so insulated. You know, I mean, we talk to the crew and all that, but like, for the most part of the day, we're around. I see John, the tour manager, and Aaron, and Matt. You know what I mean? Like, the crew's doing their thing, and the band is all we're doing our thing. So like, we're so insulated. So on that day off, the kind of randomness of whoever you may hang out with that day, not really for me, because I always hang out with you two idiots and Kent and Matt. That's kind of like my off day hang. And honestly, when John's on the road, John doesn't really drink. So, John, like, we kind of hang out. That's just like
I can't imagine us not hanging out if we're on tour together on a day off.
No, I think that's just, it's not like a clique thing. It's just, there's people who like to do different things. Barry is like such a beer lover that like he wants to go to a bar in a local bar and a brewery, drink their local beer, hang out, eat food with his boys, and decompress from like, 3 shows in a row or whatever, and
I would, you talk about the click thing, but what's funny is that either one of us, normally Zach would be like, okay, 10 minutes lobby. And it's like me, Kent, Matt, whoever. It's 3 or 4 of us. It's like, we know what we're going to do. It's just meet in the lobby in 10 minutes. We're going to grab lunch, walk around the mall, food, go to the movies, and find something stupid to do. Miniature golf, driving range, top golf, whatever. It's cool like that.
It's so unspoken, man. Like I would love for people who are like, oh man, I'd love to be out on the road. Like I would love for people to come out and like see like literally come out for like come out for like a show day into a day off, like do the whole show day and then realize like the show day is literally just us working out, eating, doing interviews, doing a meet and greet, playing a show, going to bed. And then
John sitting down with, the house security.
John sitting down with the house security being like, hey, this is what this guy does. This is what this guy does.
Walking the whole concourse.
The singer's going to, like doing the whole deal.
Smoking cigarettes.
I actually like listening to John's security briefs. It's actually nice. Cause he's always working, but you never get to like hear him work because he's kind of like
be silent, a professional.
You never get to hear him be a professional, especially on this podcast. So if you sit in on a security meeting, you're like, oh wow, this guy actually knows what he's doing.
This guy actually likes serial killers. I'm into this.
Yeah. So but then have like somebody who's always like, I always want to go on tour, sit in on a day off, and when you're like, oh yeah, like well, let's make a plan. Like when we get off the bus, like no, that's not how this works.
Strip club, like what are we doing? Like
no, bro.
And we're like
Red Lobster boys.
Yeah. No, bro. We're going to find hibachi. That's the first thing.
We're going to find hibachi, and what movies are out? Okay, cool.
We're going to see movies. Even when that's the thing about our group is like we go see movies. Like it doesn't matter. If 2 people out of the 5 have already seen that movie, but it's the only good movie out, we're going to see it again. That's just what it is. But it's like people are like, oh, so we're making a plan. We're meeting at 2:00. Like that's not how this works, bro. You get 10 minutes advance when we're meeting in the lobby.
Right, throw something on. Let's go. I'm in the middle of shaving. You're done now. Let's go.
The only person that messes up the 10 minutes advance every single time is Chris Lightcap. Every single time. Every single time. Like, I got a shower. Give me 23 minutes.
45 minutes later.
I need 23 extra minutes on top of the 10 you gave. 30. We'll meet in the lobby 33 minutes. That man's always like, dude, here's the thing. Like, you guys see me. Like, I think I'm a great dad. I love my family. I talk to my kids all day long. Dude, Chris Lightcap.
Family dad.
Chris Lightcap is on FaceTime with his kids. I swear to God, 17 hours a day.
Yeah, that's I've seen him.
It is insane.
Like walking by and he's sitting over there just like.
Also, like the discipline of his kids to be able to do that. Like, dude, I would love to see you guys meet. Oh, John's seen it a lot. Me trying to FaceTime my kids.
The phone's just
dude. I get vertigo.
You're when looking I FaceTime at the my ceiling kids. And you're like, hey, I'm over here.
And dude, there's a while where my wife's phone had a pop socket on it, and Ollie would just spin the phone, and I was like, dude, you are driving me crazy right now. Crazy.
You get home and you rip the pop socket off of her phone.
I actually just get home. Our dryer's pretty padded. Our dryer's pretty padded, so I just get home and put Ollie in the dryer and just hit the spin cycle.
Yeah. See how you like it, idiot?
Yeah, idiot. Have fun.
Extra crispy.
All right, John the Shaman, do your thing.
John the Shaman, keeping you on track. All you gotta do is touch his big old sack of mail.
Okay,
boys. Here we go.
Okay, boys.
Hey, boys.
You guys want some cookies?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I got 2 dreams here.
Hold on.
I love did a Corky Romano reference.
I love how he always has. I have 2 dreams, but he has like a stack of like 15 pages.
it's for aesthetics.
It's just a bunch of blanks. Like he's like, they're all blank, but
this one. Here's 2.
Okay.
And here's 3.
He has backups, I think, just in case they go long or go short.
Plus, some of them are kind of. I'll just jump into this one. This is from a guy.
I love that we preface that every time.
Yeah.
Well, I think it kind of helps maybe the audience if a guy.
And it's also only happened twice where any guys have listened to this podcast.
If this gets serious or dark or anybody's getting, used and abused, I'm out.
No, I think these are. This one's not bad. It's different. Okay. Hey guys, I had this one dream where I went to see Pop Evil in concert at a dive bar. I've noticed there's a lot of people dream about Pop Evil. The guitarist of Pop Evil.
This is actually the guitarist of Pop Evil sitting in these streams. It's free advertisement, man. I get it.
I love Dave. The guitarist of Pop Evil hurt his hand and wasn't able to play, so they went out to the crowd and started asking people if they play guitar. They came up to me and I said yes. I actually know how to play a few of their songs. They pulled me and my girlfriend backstage to prep me, and while I was getting prepped, I forgot all the tabs to every one of the songs I do. The song they started up was with 155, and I was just strumming along with random chords, hoping no one would catch on. Halfway through the song, the entire band stopped and just blankly stared at me. I woke up after not being able to breathe through my nose. Which maybe this band kicked his ass and broke his nose.
This is my favorite dream we've ever had.
Please dissect, and I hope it gets read on the podcast. By the way, loving the podcast.
Should I take this? I have gig nightmares. Yeah, I have gig nightmares about this exact thing, except for I'm that kid and I'm in my own band. Dude, oh man, I've done it before. I used to have this gig dream where we were at Rockfest in Kansas City, which is like 80,000 people, and I was watching myself play 45. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I was watching myself play 45, which is like the easiest song in the world to play, and I was just ruining it. And then one night in 2010, the first night of the Carnival of Madness tour,
you butchered it.
No, I played it right. My guitar just wasn't working on the intro. Yeah, so I understand this dream wholeheartedly. I don't know. I think it means that
keep practicing.
Me, always be ready. Like, always be prepared. Yes. You never know, because you never know when somebody's going to call you for a gig, dude. I don't think
might have that rock star moment,
dude. I don't think Josh Sturm was ready for me to call him and say, "Hey, man, my wife's having a kid. Do you want to go to Europe? Oh, by the way, your first show's in front of 180,000 people in Germany.
Hey, can you play bass because Eric's back's hurt?"
Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, always be ready. You know,
by the way, Josh, great human.
We talked. Love Josh, man, and so
great lover.
You know, we talked about this before. Like, we were in Madison, Wisconsin. We were doing an underplay tour, so we were doing like 2 and 3 nights in these smaller places. I'm doing my normal thing. I had made the set list. I'd given it to John. So once I make the set list, usually I go into massage. I've already worked out, eaten, make the set list, go to massage, and I'm usually in the massage about an hour and a half. John never bothers me when I'm in a massage. Knock on the door. I'm like, uh-oh. Like, this isn't good. John comes in. He's like, he can't. There's no way he can do it. And I was like, for real? He's like, for real. So, like, I'm like, I get up. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. Try to figure out a game plan. Me and Brent and Barry sit down. And we basically did the longest Shinedown show, I think, of all time, acoustic without Eric. I knew something was going on with Eric that day because when we got up, he was leaning on the kitchen counter. And he could not move. Like, John was trying to move him. John was trying to help him. Like, couldn't move. They stayed on the bus all day long. Never came inside, I don't think.
No. I had to walk him off the bus that next morning.
Yeah. And so, so basically, we had a gig the next day in Kansas City. Called Josh. Do you imagine that, dude? You get called at midnight. By the way, Josh has never played bass for anyone.
Really?
Ever.
You know how you always know, like, he's a great guitar player?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, you know how to play bass, like, right?
Well, that's what Eric was saying. Eric was like, no, he's never done it before. Because Eric was like, you played bass? He's like, I've never touched a bass. And, dude, came in and was so nervous. And I remember I was teaching him the intro to Unity on the piano. Not only are you playing...
Oh, you got to play I forgot. You got to play the piano.
But here's the thing. He wouldn't have had to. I could have probably done it. But dude, he came in and wanted to do it all. He wanted to do Eric's acoustic. Eric looks like a member of ELO, dude. He's got...
He's like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins, dude, crocking around the stage with shit.
Eric looks like he's a member of Yes and Electric Light Orchestra. He's just surrounded by. He looks like Geddy Lee. He's just like surrounded by keyboards. He's got a acoustic guitar that just comes down from the ceiling. He never knows what he's playing. Marimbas come down. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
His left leg is a Casio.
Yeah, he's actually had a keytar placed into his abs. Actually, that's what that is. So, Eric does so much stuff. So Josh comes in and like, dude, nails it. So I think my critique of this dream is always be ready, man. You never know. Yep. You never know. That may be something that actually happens, dude. I know
you might be Mark Wahlberg getting called up on stage.
Bro, I know Davey.
Dragon.
I know Davey Grass from Pop Evil, dude.
I love that guy. I love him.
Who knows if Davey's not a clumsy bastard and just slips and breaks his ankle one night, can't play anymore. We'll see in August because we'll see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my critique of this dream. Be ready, baby. Always be ready.
Be ready.
I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance.
Exactly how I felt about it. Great song too. 155 is a banger.
I don't know.
Great song.
I gotta listen to that. I don't know that song.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's a good one.
That was the least darkest dream we've ever had.
Thank God.
God.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in that. I didn't read the last sentence. It was actually a horrible fire, and everyone got engulfed by Godzilla's flames. Okay, so here we go. This is a female.
Of course.
This actually ties into what we talked about before. I have a reoccurring dream that I in a Law and Order SVU episode.
Hell yeah!
And the weird thing is, they're episodes I create in my dream. So now I think this is like Inception. Like I don't know what's going on.
Shout out Detective Benson.
Yeah, holla. Crimes I have never even seen or heard of. Sometimes it gets so intense I want to fall back to sleep because I need to know what happens. What's the ending? Now she's having a dream inside a dream here, folks. To add,
oh wow, it's like the Matrix.
Yes,
yeah, it's Inception-ish.
Inception-ish.
To add, I always see street names and numbers in my dream. Well, I drove to Boston from PA last year, and while going to New York, my car literally got pushed off an exit. No other further explanation there. I tried to get over it, but no one was letting me in. And the next thing you know, I am on the street I saw in my dream. Very weird. I literally had an anxiety attack. I don't think I'll ever know why I have this dream other than the fact that I need to explore screenwriting maybe. Or maybe I'm just a plain old drama queen. So that's my dream. I have a side job writing and directing for Law & Order, but for every reason I'm not in the credits yet. Damn it. Maybe I will. So she loves crime, true crime, loves SVU.
Who doesn't?
But didn't we talk about recently too, where it's like when you fall asleep, you have these memories, whatever you just watched or partook in.
Yeah.
So maybe she watches, she works hard all day and she watches 2 episodes of a violent,
you're putting yourself in there without thinking about it.
You're neck deep in violence.
She's a legit writer on Law & Order?
No, but that was her joke at the end where she's kind of like, maybe I should be a writer based on her shit.
I thought, I was like, okay, well, I can tell you why you're having this dream.
Yeah.
Paul?
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
I feel like it's one of those things, like if you're truly into those kind of shows and stuff, then yeah, you're kind of putting yourself in that state of mind, like thinking that you're in it, right? Like that would be my guess. Like
I think dreams are definitely coerced sometimes, like by whatever you're watching or whatever. John?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's kind of cool. Maybe if she the thing with the streets though too, where it's like she's in her head, she's making up these street names. Did actually have that street name appear in real life? Is that foreshadowing or premonition? Like, what is that?
It could be.
Right?
Did she say she drove to Boston?
She drove by New York.
Is her name
from PA to Boston?
Is her name Erin? Is this your girlfriend?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah, she can't drive yet. She's not old enough.
Oh, I was waiting for the joke. I was like, here comes a joke. Where is it?
My mom was driving me to Boston. Anyway, So I think that, I think that dreams are. I think that dreams are coerced by whatever you're like. I used to have stress dreams, and kind of still a little bit do. I know all the Michael Myers masks behind me, but like, don't get it wrong. I'm still mortified of Michael Myers as a character. I actually remember. I gotta watch out here. I don't know how much I can talk about this. I was on the set of the new Halloween Kills, which comes out in this October. And I'm friends with James Jude Courtney, who played Michael Myers in Halloween 2018 and is playing him in Halloween Kills. And he's in the garb the whole time. He's in the coveralls. He's got blood on him and all this stuff. I remember being on the set, and I can't say where I was on the set because it would give something away. But I remember being there, and I remember. Yeah, we were at. There's a scene in Hooters in the new one. Yeah. Actually, he murders.
Just sitting there eating some wings.
He actually murders a 30 basket of wings. Yeah,
there's orange sauce all over his mask.
It's actually not. It's actually not blood. It's actually not blood. It's just wing sauce all over.
He just pulls it up. He's eating wings, and they're like, "Sir, we need you to wear a mask, please." It's the COVID edition of Halloween. He's like, I can't talk. I'm eating wings. I don't want to get it on my face. Like,
I need you to wear a mask. He's like,
sir, you need to put on your mask, please.
This is a mask. I'm wearing a mask. You don't recognize William Shatner? So, speaking of, I'm friends with the guy who's playing him. I've been on set for 2 days at this point. There's one point where Chris Nelson, another friend of mine who we will indeed have on this podcast, brilliant makeup and special effects. Guy, right? Yeah, brilliant makeup special effects guy. He puts the mask on him. And I remember James turning towards me.
You're instantly like, nope.
I just got chills talking about it. The scariest moment of my life that wasn't an emergency. You know what I mean? Like it was like
terrifying.
I just remember like it, dude.
It felt so real.
It was me. It was me. Well, I can't say where I was.
I mean, it was real. So
it was real,
like, oh my
but
God,
like,
this is a thing.
Once the movie comes out, I'll tell you like where we were standing, on the set. But he turns around and I'm like, I am 7 years old. That's fucking Michael Myers, and I'm going to die. Like it was like
I'm about to get murdered,
dude. Murder. It was murder. It's murder. Shout out to Ja Rule.
Can we figure out?
Can we get Ja Rule on here?
Yeah, he's at Fire
let's
Festival.
talk about Fire Fest.
Can we? The thing I love about I want to go back to nonfiction or fictional serial killers. Jason always had the mother issue, right? Jason Voorhees.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to Miss Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yes. Your son is a phenomenal killer. You did a great job. But Michael Myers, Laurie Strode.
Why do you say everything wrong?
Documentary.
I think he does it on purpose.
I'm trying to get you.
I think he does it on purpose, dude. Anyway, they're in Haydenfield.
Michael Myers and Laurie Strode.
Dickhead.
We don't know about Michael Myers' mother, do we though? Like, what's the dynamic there? Like, how was his upbringing outside
if you watch the terrible Rob Zombie movies, you learn a lot about his mom.
But I don't think those are canon though, right?
No, they're not. But I think that you don't really learn anything about his mom, which is okay. Like, here's the thing. I love, we've played 1,000 shows with Rob Zombie. I love Rob as a person. I love Rob as a director. I love Rob as a writer.
Super creative.
When it's his own movies. I think that
yes.
I don't think he really wanted to do Halloween, and I don't think he should have. And maybe that's me talking about this because I take that movie very, very personal, obviously. But here's the thing about my Here's the thing about my serial killers, and I think that John feels this way too, because I know John and I have talked about it. I don't need the backstory, man. I become less afraid when I know the backstory. All I need to know is this guy has a mask on that's this pale blank face, and he's killing people, and that's so scary because I don't need Laurie to be a sister. I kind of like what they did with 2018, where they just erased everything. So did I.
I love that they made him super lightweight when he got anyway. But the thing about Michael Myers, there's nothing supernatural about him, right? Like I think that's kind of why I like him, because everyone else, there's a supernatural thing.
That's what I mean.
Half of them been to space already. Michael Myers, you have to leave on the moon to kill astronauts.
We talked about this before. Like Freddy can only get you in your dreams. Jason, lives in a lake. It's like Michael. That's why Michael Myers was always scary to me. It was the realness of this is the kid next door.
What do you think his workout routine are? Or Michael Myers, do you think he's doing CrossFit or what's he doing? Here's the thing. No one ever talks about this.
All body weight.
These serial killers are never working out or eating healthy.
Calisthenics for sure.
They're never working out or eating healthy. It's not realistic.
You don't know what they're eating.
What if he's on a plant-based diet?
What if Michael Myers is a vegan?
James June Courtney, if I don't see him eating spicy Thai noodles or a Chick-fil-A sandwich, it's not going to be. I need to see these guys eat. Michael Myers burns so many calories. He doesn't eat. He does not eat.
What?
Doesn't even drink water.
Hey, John, do you have any more dreams?
No, that's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like no one talks about that. I'm just perplexed by it.
I don't really have any. I guess I already griped about some stuff. Some of my gripes will come when the news comes, but I'll say this. I do have a gripe actually.
You better watch out. You better be nice, or you might find yourself in Zach's gripes.
My son's favorite thing, especially Avery, and now Ollie will start doing it, is, I wear this is the only time I wear sleeves is when I do this podcast when I'm at home. I always wear just shorts and sleeveless shirts all the time. My sons love to mess around with my nipples. Dude, let me tell you something about me. They call them bipples. They go, oh, dad has bipples. And they'll just go like this. This is not just my sons.
John's just writing down notes.
This is a dream, John. Can you analyze this for me?
You went from your sons washing your body to playing with your nipples.
Stop.
You can say what you want. You can say what you want about me, but I do not have children to play with my nipples.
No, they don't play with them. They do it because they know it annoys me. And then I've realized I hate I know that there's
so they're like no.
I hate having my nipples touched. Hate it.
With a turkey baster.
Dude. I'm sure I know that there's some people in the bedroom that like dudes that are dude, don't. That is the worst to me. I don't want anything or anyone. I don't even want my shirt touching my nipples. I don't hate it.
People that pierce their nipples either. That's gotta hurt, right?
Like Eric? Eric had his done at one point. Nipples? Not anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, I've never seen them. I just think that would hurt, right? Or
it has to hurt.
Imagine getting stuck in a shirt running by someone or...
Dude, and you're just standing at attention the entire... Even if you take them out, after that, you're standing at attention the entire time. Anyway.
Oh, dude, it's the Himalayas.
Anyway, dude, I hate having my nipples touched. I hate it so much. It is the worst, dude. The worst.
Like little bacon bits, just...
Little bacon bit nipples. Bacon bit nipples. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 13, bacon bit nipples. All right, Paul, what do you got? Read the news.
Paul reads the news. Paul reads the news.
Yeah. Do anything. Dude, please do anything.
Normal. All right. The Chinese launched a rocket. Did you guys hear about this?
Vaguely.
Launched a rocket, went into orbit, and they were just like, hey, it didn't successfully go off, so it's flying around in orbit. It's going to land in the next couple days.
Hell yeah. Beware.
We don't know where it's going to land.
Look out.
Just if you see something coming down, run. But it landed in the Indian Ocean, unfortunately. It did not, I know.
It did not take out that lady who was smoking around her kids while pregnant.
Unfortunately not.
Damn it.
It lands in Memphis. No one notices.
Lands in the backyard of Graceland.
Oh my God. Oh,
dude.
Good.
But doesn't that scare you though? Anyone can start launching shit into space, and if it lands, hey,
we didn't really have hey guys, we really didn't have a plan for this. So wherever this lands, look out.
We've discovered Zach's never done any of the dating apps. John, did you ever do any of the Grinder or anything like that?
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Plenty of Fish.
John, did you do Grinder?
Bill Gates divorce. Did you guys see this? Tinder warns catfishers will bust your ass.
Well, they're gonna Ben Affleck, or it's a couple others actually are on some dating sites, and people thought they were.
How bad is it to where celebrities are getting on dating apps? Like he matched with a girl. Yes. Okay, so the Ben Affleck thing, matched with a girl on a dating app where you have to like be invited and like certified.
Yeah.
So hold on, he matched with a girl.
Yes.
And the girl denied him. She said no, and he's like, "What the fuck?" So
he posted a video, right?
He messaged, or he like on her Instagram. He like sent her a video and was like, "Hey, I don't know why you swiped left. Like, it's really me. Like, I wanted to genuinely."
Okay, cocky.
Ben Affleck's on a fucking date. Yeah. What if she's like, "Dude, I don't want to date Ben Affleck." Like,
how do you like them apples?
Yeah, I thought you were Matt Damon. Like, stop.
I love that. Like you got rejected on a dating app, so you send a girl an Instagram message from your actual verified Instagram and be like, "Yo, what's up with this?" And she's like,
"It's really me."
She's like, "Oh, sorry, bro. I like Christian Bale better as Batman. Get out of here, nerd."
What's weird is that he actually matched with Danny Trejo.
Oh my God! So what do you? So my question is like, how do you verify that it's actually Bill Gates on a Tinder app? Hey, just send me $1 million. Let me verify that it's really you.
No prenup.
Who cares? I brought that up to my wife. I go. Yeah, he's getting divorced. Said no prenup. She goes, so. She's like, even if he loses half. Who cares?
Who cares? Like,
who cares?
Isn't that
Dude,
fucking crazy?
Melinda Gates had the dope.
He was allowed to see his ex. Yeah.
What'd you say?
He was allowed to see his ex once a weekend every year, or once a year, some weekend, his ex-girlfriend before Melinda, where Melinda signed off on it, where they could go on a weekend getaway at some beach resort.
Shut up.
Like all this stuff started to come out where it's
for
like,
what?
I swear to God.
For the sex. Yes. What else are they doing?
In the wedding. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think doing long walks on the beach, collecting fucking
Here's the thing.
sand dollars.
Melinda Gates, when all this came out, to get away from press, Melinda Gates rented an island to not be surrounded by. I'm like, of course she did. Why wouldn't she? That's the most baller shit.
What do you think the currency exchange is for sand dollars?
Well, here's the thing. I think they divorced. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but after they microchipped all the vaccines, I think they're finally.
Oh my God. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn. I love it. I read that this weekend. I was like, people are nuts.
Hey, we have to pause. We have to pause for like 2 seconds. I have to go to the bathroom. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, Paul, what else are we talking about?
We got over the Bill Gates on Tinder, John on Grindr. Oh, Dogecoin value tanks.
Dogecoin?
Elon Musk. Dogecoin, Dogecoin. It tanked after Elon Musk was on SNL.
All right,
I sold by like at 9 o'clock Saturday night.
Yeah,
I wanted to shoot on this anyway. There's all this like stuff about like all these nerds coming out against like Elon Musk hosting SNL. Shut up, please shut up.
Thank you.
Listen, you're a bunch of clowns. You don't want this guy on there. You're a clown. This guy, listen.
Dude, his monologue, he says he has Asperger's. He came out and said all this stuff. And it's like people are like, good on him.
I saw that, and it was like I looked on the news this morning. It was like it's like Elon Musk admits during SNL monologue he has Asperger's, and I was like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, duh. Like what?
Like, oh, what a shocker.
Welcome to the show, idiots. Like, yeah, no.
Literally,
crap.
dude, I watched the first interview I ever watched of him. It was like 10 years ago. I was like, oh, he's got Asperger's, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, why? How do you? First off, most people, especially like geniuses like that, it got to be something there. There's got to be something that keep this hyper focusedness. That creates who you are. And like, but just hearing him talk, like he's very uncomfortable speaking in public. I feel like so. I thought it was cool that he did SNL because, like, the guy. Listen, the guy can't cut a wrestling promo.
Highest ratings in years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of course, dude. Like everybody wants to see that guy, man. The dude is one of the smartest people out right now, and also just a good like I remember. I think we met. I don't know, dude. We've done so many of these now that I forget if we've ever talked about this stuff before. But like, wants to make the world a better place as far as like electric vehicles goes, and like basically was like, when people are like, oh, this isn't fair. you're this guy. Like, he released everything to the public. Here's every blueprint. Go make it.
Yeah. He wants to do everything right for this world. Like, he wants to get off of this fucking planet.
Yeah.
And get us onto another planet. What does that tell you?
He wants to do what's right for the world, and he can't publicly say what all three of us say, which is we need population control and natural selection to take effect. He's not allowed to say that because he has a business to run.
But he's thinking it.
Do you like the Cybertruck, Zach?
I already ordered it. I ordered it, dude. I ordered it in Europe. I stayed up till when we were on the European tour.
That's right.
I stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning to watch the press conference, European time. And as soon, I was refreshing the Tesla page over and over and over. I didn't even know what it looked like yet. Just refreshing. As soon as it came out,
I'm buying.
I pre-ordered it. I ordered the triple motor, pre-ordered it, ready to go. So excited. And I hope they come out with that damn.
You're gonna kill so many people with that,
dude. It's so. I mean, they're gonna listen. It's not gonna be. The production model will not be what you saw. It'll definitely have to be a little smaller. I think that was too big to like fit in like a commercial parking spot or in a garage or anything. So, or even in a lane.
Right. Or if you're traveling through the future, like a Mexican Terminator, it's gonna work.
Paul can come drive my Tesla truck. Yeah, I already ordered it. I'm excited. Yeah, I just all the nerds, man, that came out were like, why do you care if this guy's hosting SNL? You fucking nerds.
Because everybody wants to have their own say. They want to have an opinion about
Shut
everything.
Shut up, dude. Nobody cares about dude. Nobody.
I agree. I'm just saying.
Let me give you some here. I'll give you some life advice right now.
Uh-oh.
No one gives a fuck about your opinion. Or mine.
You're entitled to your wrong ass opinion.
Or mine, dude. Or
facts.
Paul's or John's. No one cares about your opinion, dude. If you have an opinion of something, especially when it's negative, no one cares, dude. No one cares. No one cares.
We are the experts of our own opinion.
We are. So, no one cares. It's your opinion. Keep it to, you don't have to keep it to yourself, but don't get mad when people don't respond to it. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But no one cares. Like, dude, no one cares about my opinion. Like, they're not on here for our opinions. They're on here to hear like us talk about things that we enjoy and what we like and what we don't like. But it's not really the opinion-based side of it, I don't think. I feel like people are here because it's funny and we make light of things. There was a guy last week that got all pissed off about the peanut thing. That peanuts on a plane.
Bro,
joke.
I saw that.
What happened?
A dad in the comments who rightfully so has a kid who's allergic to has a food allergy, and I go, listen, man. Some of this shit's for the ha-has, dude. This isn't like, we're not like trying to like I'm not being serious. I don't, I actually, if you actually think that I want Samuel L. Jackson to walk around on a plane getting all like, come on, man.
A U.S.
The fuck?
I actually do though. I actually do.
Come
Can
on.
you imagine if Samuel L. Jackson was your, air marshal?
Oh my God.
He's so badass. He's got the red pistachio lip mustache.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Do you have any more news, Paul?
No, I don't. Those were the three topics.
So, John, you've seen it. Paul, you've seen it.
Oh my God.
I've seen it. We got a response, John.
Well, fuck you.
MJ hit you up. Dude. And if people don't know what MJ we're talking about, John, who is he?
Marty fucking Jannetty.
Johnny G up in the house. This is MJ up in the house. Marty Jannetty. That one rocker. The only rocker. The real rocker. But I heard you throwing me some challenges. Man, I ain't been this happy in a long time. Because you're still a rookie. And nothing wrong with being a rookie. It means you're going to get your ass beat a few times. And MJ in the house will do that to make you better. Because you got to know I'm coming after you and I'm going to be on you like white on rice, like spots on dice, like cold on ice. And when we're all said and done, you're going to hug me and say, thank you for teaching me I was out of line. But anyway, brother, I wish you the best. Let me think, man. If you're going to rock and roll, strut and stroll, you're going to have to do things once in a while you're not comfortable with doing. Some of them are going to look ugly. Anyway, brother, wish you the best, man. MJ up in the house, out.
MFJ, baby.
I love how he recorded the insult track to me sitting in a beanbag chair.
with Falcon shit everywhere.
With a bunk bed behind him. So that was intimidating. I think whoever got Marty to talk shit about me probably interrupted him playing Pogs or trading his 1998 Fleer Ultra Major League Baseball cards.
Or his drugs.
And I will say this, as soon as I got that, and I love Marty, like growing up top 5 wrestler, I just love it. But it got me thinking, dude, those guys' promos in the 90s and 80s are.
How good was he in that 1 minute?
Great. It was
that
great.
Rolling the dice and kicking ass. I'm just like, dude, I'd let you try get at me. I'd let you tear me up a little bit.
Dude, when he said, and I sent it to Kent too.
White on rice, like cold on ice. I was like,
dude,
damn!
When he goes, like we were talking about that, we were like, so when he goes, I'm gonna be on you like white on rice, like spots on dice, like cold on ice. I was like, dude, I sent it to Kent. I go, the promo never leaves. Like once you're good at doing promos, dude, once you're good at doing promos, you're great at it. Dude, when he said how great,
you don't realize how good those guys are. Like you look at wrestlers today promos and like even the jobbers or the second level dudes back in the day, dude, their mic skills are untouchable.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like they are so good at it. And to hear him and like, you look at that guy and you read about all his woes in the press and all that. You're like, that this guy's lost a step. He hasn't.
No,
he's
dude.
clearly not like, man. His brain is there, man. Like when that promo was so good. Anyway, if you're wondering, I'm the one who got it for you. And this is
Big shocker there.
This is what I sent him. I said, John G has always wanted to be a wrestler. The problem is he always has wanted to wrestle you and he thinks he can beat you. So please talk as much trash as possible. He's from Boston and looks like a French boxer with a weird mustache.
Holy fuck.
It was flawed.
Dude, it was so good, dude. Like he's a guy on this show. I'd love to pick his brain about that because I don't think those guys get enough. Like I think here's the thing. The whole thing with wrestling, I wish there was a union or something because people like that, or you hear all these stories of guys where, Steve Mongo right now is dealing with ALS and all. Obviously he's got the NFL kind of help him and stuff, but there's no unions or like organizations to really help these guys with the drug addictions. And like, I love when Vince McMahon actually helped some of these guys like Ultimate Warrior bury the hatchet and start doing this stuff for mental health or drug use and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of, it's kind of like you grew up watching this guy run down the ring, and now he's just like, I just wish there was more that was established for them.
Now he's sleeping on bunk beds.
Now he lives in a bunk bed, and Claire is a big fan of anything Georgia, Falcons, Bulldogs.
Yeah, what's weird, he's living in Montana.
Does he live in Montana?
I think he's out there, dude.
I figured that was just a joke that you were just trying to make.
No, I think he's out. Like he's hiding from something.
So you've had Jim Cornette, Zach. You've had Marty Jannetty. Like I'm curious.
We never played the Jim Cornette one on here. Maybe we should.
Oh, we need to. That's pretty good.
It was a good one, man.
That's
what I'm saying. Those guys are so in tune, though.
They're good.
To come up with on the fly. You don't pre-write it.
Dumb shit. Right.
Dude.
Well, because nowadays, like everything in wrestling is already written by somebody else who, hey, we have to tell this story. You're going to say these. So you're going to say these things.
You're so right, man. There were no writers back then.
It was like, hey, go out there, cut a promo. What do you want me to say? So I don't know. Fucking say something. Call this dude a dickhead.
Yeah.
Okay. And you make it sound cool, and it was so much better back then.
And you did the greatest, and then Ric Flair comes up with one of the greatest promos of all time.
Which one? All of them? Because every one of them has been incredible.
That's what I'm saying. Ric Flair. Let's just agree right now. Ric Flair is the greatest.
On the mic.
Ric Flair is the greatest on the mic to ever be.
100%.
Maybe followed secondly by, ladies and gentlemen,
Paul Heyman's top notch though.
Dwayne Johnson too, man. The Rock is like that
Stone
guy.
Cold.
Stone Cold was great, but Stone Cold never really did a lot of promos. It was more just like,
he just came out and flipped everybody off, drank some beer. What else did you need?
And dude, gobbledygook.
And Hulk Hogan too, man. Hulk Hogan was amazing at promos.
Hell yeah,
that's true. Yeah. No, expect like Razor Ramon. He's one of my. This might be crazy. He's one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers. Like Scott Hall is one of my top 5. For him to have that, what was he like? Cuban, like just Italian.
Yeah.
What was he?
Just
like,
a dude who gets bottle service. Like, just a dude who gets bottle service at a club in Miami.
Cuban
100%.
links with just like it was so badass to just have that gimmick.
He's whatever character needed has to have toothpicks all the time.
Just in his ear, in his mouth, and fucking throw it out. Oh God,
so good, man. He was one of the best too.
Paul, who's your favorite with your Mexican heritage? Like, who's your favorite luchador? Eddie, Rey Mysterio? Like, who you going with?
Eddie. Eddie was lucha. When he was fighting over. Eddie was fighting when he was over in New Japan. He was fighting luchador. So with a mask. I'm sorry, but I would say Eddie Guerrero is one of the ultimate, in my opinion, one of the all-time best Mexican wrestlers. Like
Eddie Guerrero is one of the best wrestlers.
Period. Yes. Like he's up there. So
like as far as like true wrestling, like, and listen, yeah, whatever. Obviously what he did was terrible and his career's tainted and he, but he had CTE and when do you still,
you're talking about Benoit.
You're talking about Benoit.
Dude, Chris Benoit, one of the best wrestlers of all, like wrestlers, real wrestlers, guys who wrestle. Same with Kurt Angle. Amazing.
My top 5 wrestlers, you would guess
not personalities. Not personalities.
No, not
Give
personalities.
me wrestlers.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Dude, top notch.
Always great. Undertaker and Stone Cold. Those are my top 5.
His workers, man.
Can't go
Never
wrong,
hurt.
Can't go wrong with those,
Like, yeah. So, and if
Owen Hart was great too.
Owen Hart was amazing
Top 10.
too, man. Again, just pure wrestler. Like true
Pure athleticism,
dude.
Pure talent.
To me, man, anybody trained by the Hart family came out great. Jericho, all these people who trained with the Hart family, man, like they were just they learned the fundamentals
Lance
of what
Storm.
that is. Lance Storm.
I had a moment the other day where I got tripped out because I saw a picture of the Hart Foundation and I was like, yo, Bret Hart's the only one still alive. Does that blow your mind? Like Davey Boy Smith, Pillman's gone, Anvil, Neidhart, Owen's gone. Like Bret's the only one left.
Was the Bulldog? Was he?
That's Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah, Davey Boy Smith. Right? He died too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy? Bret Hart's the only one left.
He's wrestling though right now. He's doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Crazy.
we already asked John to get Bret Hart on the podcast, but John subsidized Bret Hart into his own podcast. I see.
Rightfully
see how
so.
this goes. We'll see how this goes.
Look at him.
Well, if Bret wants to talk about serial killers in the 80s
and what cooking utensils to use in the bedroom, then sure.
I think that when we have guests, we just don't bring those things up. We don't bring that. We just talk about this kind of stuff. Like what we just spent the last 5 minutes
Bret,
talking
what
about.
do you showed up your ass from the kitchen? Anything like?
Speaking of that, my son wants mussels for dinner again.
Bougie ass fucking kids, man.
He asked for
Hey,
it
where'd
3
you
times
post a
today.
picture of your son drinking that iced coffee? That looks really good. That milky cow
It's a
thing.
milkshake.
Oh, I got him it
No,
today.
it was-
It's all it is a vanilla bean frap.
It looks really good, man.
Yeah, it's vanilla bean frap. I got them. So what I do, because there's 2 of them, I just order a venti vanilla bean frap and I get them to put it in 2 tall cups, so that way none of the kids get gypped on the old whipped cream. You know what I'm saying?
We know that's what everybody wants is the whipped cream.
I hate whipped
that.
cream, dude. I hate it.
I don't mind whipped.
Like on milkshakes, I never get whipped cream on milkshakes.
Oh yeah, I agree. Because they throw the cherry on top.
Yeah,
and
I don't want that.
sinks through it.
Yeah, no, it takes up too much room. I want more
I hate
milkshake
the
in my
sugar. I hate
milkshake.
the sugar.
All right. Okay. Next week, we have to bring up Paul going to prison because we still haven't talked about this.
Okay, that was in my notes. And I don't know if we have enough time for this episode.
Next week, all right, we'll leave it on the cliffhanger. Next week,
we'll start next week with why Paul almost went to prison and why he was in jail.
Well, we should literally start the episode after he's told half the story and just jump into it, where it's just like, what the fuck?
So I was being detained in the parking lot. No, absolutely. So I can officially say, okay, so to give you a preface of this is what I'll leave with. I can officially talk about it now because any chance of me getting sued for the incident has now been past the
so this is assault.
7-year period.
This is assault.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew anytime you're about to get sued, I know Paul didn't commit defamation on somebody, so I knew this was assault.
No, yeah. So it's definitely assault.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have dreams, if you have life advice,
Yes, send that
email
stuff
us
in.
at suplifeadvice@gmail.com. Paul.
suplifeadvice@gmail.com.
John, what's the email?
suplifeadvice@gmail.com.
Thank you again. As always, subscribe to the YouTube. Hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Also, we have there's some merch items up still. We have Pogs. The link for the merch store will be on the YouTube and will also should be in the Instagram page. Am I right, gentlemen?
Correct.
See.
More merch coming soon. And you know what? You let us know if we should do a Patreon because we've been talking about it forever. I think we should still. It just helps us fund it so we're not paying for it out of pockets. We don't, you know what? I think we kind of like remaining ad free at this point. So help us out if you would like, and or we'll just keep paying for it out of our pockets, which we enjoy doing it. You enjoy listening to it. Thanks again, and once again, subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Do all those things. Once again, shout out to producer J.R. Moore.
Hey.
And,
Jared Moore, hell of a lover, hell of a man.
Great
amazing. Great kick.
I'm going to say maybe the best cock that came out of the 90s. In that like Bare Naked Lady, Gin Blossom era, JR has the best cock, I think.
You're saying of the hot AC pop rock bands.
The hot AC 90s, cracked rear view.
You're saying
era,
JR Moore from Ingham Hill had the best.
cock.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Best hog?
Best hog.
Top
Top
10
hog.
The Kurt Angle. He has the Mr. Perfect of hogs. Just a worker. Just
This is a great episode, everybody. Thank you very much.
No
We'll
one
see you guys
commented.
next
No one
week.
commented on my late '80s, early '90s surf style hoodie that I had on all day, dude. I see how y'all are. Y'all didn't grow up.
JR's got a great hog, everybody.
See you later. Clearly, you guys didn't grow up going to Destin, Florida. All right, later, nerds.
Great cock. Barder.